50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 470. Today is Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. Kid, week 11 was great in the NFL. How the hell are you doing today?
Dude, I'm doing great. Kind of a disappointing Monday night game overall. But overall, solid week. It was a couple good games. So
yeah, Monday night wasn't the best game. We'll touch on that. Sunday night was a good game, though. Back and forth all night in a shootout. Chargers do get the win, so we'll talk about that. We got our NFL Week 12 power rankings. Cannot wait to see what Elvis has. Maybe a new number one. We got Thursday night football. We got a battle in the AFC North. Steelers and the Browns. Steelers on the road looking to remain red hot, taking on bad Browns team. Bad Browns team. So we'll talk about that. We'll have picks on side, total, and player props. And the association, we got 8 plays in the association for Wednesday night. But let's go to that Sunday night game. Chargers take the win 34-27. Lock of the weekend. It hits Chargers, never a doubt. Game goes way over the total, 48.5. Kid, if Staley was the coach, they would have lost this game. I mean, they did everything they could to lose this game late in the game. Cincinnati had a really good second half offensively, but Jim Harbaugh breeds that culture, and this is a really good team. 7-3 now, 4-1 at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they did everything they can to lose the game. I'll just say the Bengals just fought. That offense has been crazy. Like I said it last week. If the Bengals was just, even 500 game above 500, Joe Burrow might be the front runner for MVP. Though he's having an amazing season. Another great performance. Too many pass attempts for me, but 353 tutties. T. Higgins look great coming off that hamstring injury. Jamar Chase has a good game, another 2-touchdown game. Still, collectively ran the ball pretty well, 110 on the ground. But to be honest, this story was Justin Herbert. When in the first quarter, mostly in the first half, when I saw Justin Herbert go out there and start scrambling, I said, "Who's this guy?" He looked good, and he's fully recovered from that early ankle injury in a preseason in training camp. So I love the fact that he's more confident with his legs, and we saw it. He torched them in the first half, though. The game almost got a little out of hand in the first half, but give credit to the Chargers. Justin Herbert, this is 5-6 weeks in a row. He's been lights out, though. J.K. Dobbins still running the ball great, And I like the fact that outside, my biggest worry, in the preseason early on, like, who's going to step up on the outside? Quentin Johnson, been pretty good. I know he has some quiet weeks, but he's doing pretty good. Will Disley, the tight end, I like him. Then Lad McConkey, though, he's coming along very good. So I love what I'm seeing from this Chargers team. Solid win, but it's Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he is the story, and he's been the story for, I would say, the whole year. He's been fantastic. He dealt with a little bit of an injury, but outside of that, he's been playing phenomenal football, and I think it all stems from Jim Harbaugh, taking care of the ball, not forcing it into turnovers and throwing interceptions. And he led the team in rushing yards last couple nights ago. So, and not just a few nights, he's done it for a few games in a row now where he's extended plays with his feet. I love it. I think Justin Herbert's playing at an MVP level this season. He won't get it. But he's really playing at one of his best years, I might add. So, yeah, and on the other side, yeah, they're dead. The Bengals are dead, unfortunately, kid. 4-7.
It's over, Dale. And, and you can feel the friction. You saw the post-game interviews. Joe Burrow, the franchise guy, Jamar Chase, he's not a happy camper. So Zach Taylor, this might cost Zach Taylor his job, and I don't think it's necessarily his fault. Maybe it's his fault for not putting certain guy, a better defensive, coach system in play. because I know he handles more of the offensive side of the ball. But Dale, this is just a very disappointing season for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, T. Higgins, another insane game. 9 catches, 148 yards. He had he had a touchdown. Jamar Chase, he had 2 touchdowns. He was frustrated after the game as well. I don't know, man. It's not the offense. It's clearly
it's
not the.
It's the defense still. And you know it's crazy. It was getting a little bit of pressure yesterday as well. It's just the secondary, those runs gashed them early. I just can't put a head around it. It's multiple weeks. We saw it even against the Raven game a couple weeks back when they had a double-digit lead, and they couldn't even hold that. So Joe Burrow has to literally put up 40 points a game, and he's averaging what around 300 these past 5 weeks, 3-4 touchdowns a game, and he's not able to win. Yeah. He's not able to win. It's a damn shame.
I was looking because someone told me something that I really didn't believe. They were like, "Oh, yeah, no. All right, never mind. People just be talking." Anyway, but yeah, big win for the Chargers. Lock of the week comes in clutch. Let's go to Monday night. Like I said, or like you said, kind of lackluster from the get. I mean, it was really never. We do cash our 2 props though. Cooper Rush over a half a touchdown. He hit that 1 touchdown to Turpin, that long 64-yarder. And then Joe Mixon over 86.5 rushing yards. That was a lock. 3 touchdowns on the game, over 100 yards. What I said, ladder them up. They can't stop the run. And let's be honest, I know a lot of teams are, kind of packing it in. This team looks like they're kind of packing it in, the Cowboys.
Yeah, Dale, I know from the first play of the game, even though it got called back, the fact that Nico Collins took his 70 yards on a bubble screen, Dale, I knew right then and there the Cowboys were cooked. First play of the game, guy coming off a hamstring injury, off the IR, outruns your whole defense first play of the game. It gets called back, you still manage to drive down the field and score a touchdown. It was over the first 5 minutes of the game, people.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say is for the Cowboys, fix the fucking roof. Why is there shit falling on the field beforehand? Could have got nasty. As the team, Dale, I think Cooper Rush, he's doing the best he can. I'll say let Trey Lance finish the season.
Wow.
Listen. You have Dak under contract. You made him the richest NFL player in history. That's done. Now I'll say, put Trey Lance out there and try to get at least a, 4th, 5th, maybe a 3rd round pick in return. Something, Dale, because what could you honestly do if you're the Cowboys? You had a horrendous offseason, no signings. This offseason, you got to dive deep, and you already got Micah Parsons, free agent. CeeDee Lamb wants a new deal. Oh, no, he got his deal.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons wants a deal, and you just paid Dak. It's going to be tough, and you need a running back. You have a bottom 3 rush attack.
Who do they draft? Because right now they're sitting at number 9. They have a top 10 pick. We'll see how it all plays out. But
I doubt they go top 10 running back. But
they need help on the offensive line too.
Yeah, it's getting old. If Zach Martin retires, we saw Tyron Smith go to the Jets last season. Like you said, though, it is getting old. We'll see. Let's see how everything plans out. I feel like the Cowboys can sign a tight end. A tight end, offensive lineman. I would say draft. It all depends where you fall and what's the best value. I say if you're a top 10, I wouldn't suggest reaching, for something. Just go with something that's gonna bang. That's gonna be a potential Pro Bowler first 2 seasons. Don't reach in the top 10 thinking, oh, I need this. No, get something that's good.
It's crazy because you mentioned starting Trey Lance. They have the Commanders on the road on a short week this weekend. Then on Thanksgiving, they play Tommy DeVito and the G-Men. Maybe after that game, because I really want to see Cooper Rush versus Tommy DeVito. Am I wrong for that?
I would like to see Trey Lance still. Not for now. Me personally, I think we saw enough for Cooper Rush. He's a viable backup. But at the end of the day, right now the season's over. I say just try to, get some trade return for Trey Lance. If he goes out there and starts balling, Dale, who knows? Who knows?
Overall, very successful week 11 in the NFL. We hit my lock of the weekend with the Chargers. One of the dogs comes through with the Steelers. I should have bet the Steelers and the Colts. I was so confident about the Colts, and they win. But I thought the Chiefs, as an underdog, they were going to win. So 1-1 on dogs, and then the teaser doesn't hit because the Browns just didn't show up. But overall, 6-4 overall profitable weekend here for me. E, how did you do?
I went 6-6 still.
Okay, nice.
500 coming off a winning week, so not a losing week, people. We right then and there, so I'll take the 6-6 still. Could have get nice, could have got nasty. Thursday night ruined it all. I
Yeah.
was 0-2 just off Thursday night, so at least we finished the week 6-4.
Let's get into these power rankings, kid, because you were teasing it. We have a new number one. Chiefs no longer undefeated. Will it be the Lions? Will it be the Bills? Who will it be? I am interested to see. But let's start with number 10. I will lead it off. Give me the Washington Redskins. I'm going to keep them here in the top 10. Tough loss on Thursday night, 26-18. But I still like this team. Yes, arguably it was probably Jaden Daniels' worst game of his career. But there's a lot of drops. And when he's running, you could still see that he's hurt a little bit. His ribs. He's not 100%. Terry McLaurin, he didn't have a good game. He got shut down by Adrian Mitchell. But I do like this team. I think they have regressed a little bit offensively. Hopefully their defense could get better when Marshawn Lattimore winds up playing. But I still think this is a good team. I think it's a playoff team. So, give me the Redskins at number 10.
Yeah, at number 10, I got a new number 10. I usually don't bump a team off because they're on a bye week. But after that impressive win, I had to put them in my top 10. Give me those LA Chargers at number 10. Harbaugh's doing a great job. Justin Herbert, like I said, these past 5 weeks, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in football. J.K. Dobbins running the ball really well. And still, that defense, man, quality pretty damn good. So I got to respect what they're doing. I'm going to put the Chargers at number 10.
At number 9 for me, give me the Los Angeles Chargers. Moving them up. Big win against a really good offensive team in the Bengals. Like I said, you mentioned it. Quinnion Johnson, it just looked like he needed a new coach, and he's been really good. Ladd McConkey's looked good. We talk how good Justin Herbert's been, and this defense has been really good as well. Under the radar, really good defense. 7-3. This is a playoff team, kid. No one wants to play them. They're not the prettiest and most flashing team, but they win ball games. I like this team. Give me the Chargers at number 9.
At number 9, give me the Washington Commanders still. Just going off of what you said, tough a couple game stretches. I'm not going to overreact too much just because I still think Jaden Daniels is fine. He might not be 100%, but I think he'll be just fine. The team is ahead of schedule. They got Brian Robertson Jr. back from injury. I like the fact that he looked pretty good last Thursday night. I know he's going to be a bump moving forward for this offense. Yeah, Terry McLaurin got shut down. I think he'll bounce back. Defensively, though, I think Washington, a little better defense than we expected expecting them to be this soon. I think they'll be just fine. Tough couple past games still, but give me the Commanders at 9.
At number 8, give me the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, I mean, I didn't move them. They would have been moved down if they would have lost. I mean, they should have lost that game, but give credit. The Bears just find ways to lose. They're like the Jets. They just find ways to lose. But let me ask you a question. Now you were on the Jordan Love train. Is he really worth all that money? Because he's not playing like it. And they're 7-3. I think they should be a little better. Now, granted, he did get hurt. Defense has played okay, but you can't lose. You can't be in this position against the Bears. That's my issue with them. I think they're a good team. I think they'll finish stronger, but my worry is Jordan Love. Some days he's really good, and then some days you sit back and you scratch your head like, damn, this is the richest quarterback in the NFL. I don't know. I like them, but they're very close to getting out of my top 10. I'll tell you that.
Dale, I don't know what you're seeing. I think Jordan Love is playing just fine. I don't know, Dale. He's doing better than a lot of guys in his pay grade. A lot of guys, like you said, he's 7-3. Tua 4-6. I know he's been dealing with injuries. Lamar 7-4. He got a little better record than Lamar. Him and Herbert got the same record. He got a better record than Dak. Dak is out for the year. He's not going to be doing much for the rest of the season. Kirk Cousins not doing much. He's been good. I think Jordan Love been playing a little better than Kirk Cousins. Kyler Murray, I think Kyler Murray been playing pretty good. I think Jordan Love been playing a little better than Kyler Murray. Dill. So I could understand where you're coming from, Dill. But at 7-3, coming off a injury, two injuries at that, I think Jordan Love is playing just fine, Dill. And at the end of the day, look at Trevor Lawrence. You telling me Trevor Lawrence is worth the money?
He's not
Mm.
either. But I said that when he got the contract
Yeah,
too.
at least he's getting wins.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'll win the division, but he's live for the division. You can't say that about those other quarterbacks I mentioned.
that's fair.
Besides Lamar. Besides Lamar.
Speaking of Lamar and the Ravens, I'll take them at number 7. Give me
Hold
the
on, Dale.
Baltimore
I
Ravens.
had to give you my number 8, Dale. You had
Okay,
to jump up.
I thought you were agreeing. I thought it was.
Nah,
the
you
Packers.
asked me a question. I wanted to answer it respectfully, Dale. At number 8, real quick, give me the Minnesota Vikings. I didn't want to move them up too much. I left them where they're at. Good win against Tennessee. Not impressive because that's what you're supposed to do. Supposed to beat up on bad teams when you're a good team. So I like that. Sammy D improved. Didn't turn the ball over. Aaron Jones been running the ball great. Justin Jefferson in the receiver course getting healthy. TJ Hawkinson, not a big game, but he's healthy. And we already know what that defense is capable of when Brian Flores calling the plays. Give me Minnesota at 8.
At number 7, give me the Baltimore Ravens. Had to drop them. Tough loss. But if you look at the box score, I think they kind of outplayed the Steelers in some areas. I think they had every opportunity to win. It's unfortunate. Lamar just can't beat the Steelers in his career. Him and Russ have the same amount of wins against each other. And this is his, 4th game with the Steelers. So bad look for Lamar on that. But, their offensive line has, bounced back after losing some key guys in the offseason as well. It's their secondary. I really don't know what they could do in the middle of the season right now to try to save the season because it's slipping. And I don't know, as good as Lamar has been playing and Derrick Henry has been playing, I just don't see how Lamar could win the MVP if they don't win the division or they get the number 2 seed. They're not getting the 1 seed at this point. So if they don't come back miraculously and win the division, Lamar's not going to win the MVP at this point. So I like them. I love all my DMV friends, but I think they're not Super Bowl contenders. They're a good team. They're a playoff team. They'll win a game or two, but they're not Super Bowl contenders.
At number 7, give me the Green Bay Packers still. I had to leave them where they're at. I think I moved them up one, if anything, but I'm pretty sure I left them where they were at. Not an impressive win by all means, but what you tell me, Dill, a win is a win, nothing less. So give credit to them. Not an impressive win, but I like the fact that Christian Watson had a big game. Can he build off that moving forward? I like the fact Josh Jacobs, he's been running the ball well all year long. Could he keep that consistency moving forward as well? So I like what they've been doing defensively, Dill. I think you would even agree this defense is a little better than we expected them to be. Would you say that?
Yeah, 100%.
Give me Green Bay at 7.
Yeah, especially their secondary with McKinnon. At number 6, got to move them up. Big win. Give me the Minnesota Vikings. 8-2 now. Like you said, a win is a win, kid. I know it's the Titans, but they did win. Defense looked good. Sam Darnold didn't turn the ball over. Kind of progressed a little bit. Didn't turn the ball over. Had a pretty good game. And they did exactly what we expected them to do against Will Levis, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, nothing too much.
I leaned to +6 still. I didn't. I expected it. I didn't expect a blowout. That's all.
Yeah, so we'll see. Also, JJ McCarthy had another surgery on his knee, so we'll see. We'll see the timeline for that. But still like this team. I think they're a very good team. Just worry about Sam Darnold, but if he could stay consistent like he did in the beginning of the season, I think they'll be just fine. So yeah, give me Minnesota at number 6.
At number 6, still. I hear all your concerns. Give me the Baltimore Ravens at number 6. When you have still at the moment the MVP frontrunner Lamar Jackson, and then the offensive player of the year so far, in my opinion, Derrick Henry. Saquon is coming. Saquon is coming. I gotta keep. I had to remove it from the top 5, but they gotta be there at number 6 for me, Dill. I still love everything about this Ravens team, but that defense not as good as it was last year. Can somebody on the outside step up and be consistent? Can that one person? This doesn't need to be one person. Can it be Deontay Johnson? Hasn't really done much since he's been traded there. Let's see what he could do moving forward. Let's see if Mark Andrews can stay healthy and be more impactful because he hasn't really done much this season, Dale. So if a couple of those guys, a key veteran guy, to step up on the outside, we already know what Lamar and Derrick Henry's going to do. Can somebody in a secondary step up and somebody on the outside step up, Dale? I think the Ravens, I do agree with you. Maybe not as strong as contenders as they were last year. I'm gonna still put them outside of that, right there, border contender. So give me Baltimore at number 6.
At number 5, give me the Steel Curtain. Didn't move them. Pittsburgh at number 5, 8-2, lead the division right now. George Pickens, it seems like he always gets into like a UFC scenario every week. It's like just fun to watch him play football at this point. But
He got passion.
yeah, I love that. That's a guy you want on your team. But like I said, I think if you look at the score box and you look at the game, Ravens outplayed the Steelers in a lot of the categories. So I don't want to, a win is a win, but if you would have told me they would have kicked 6 field goals and not score a touchdown and win the game, I'd have been like, nah, they're not going to win the game then. But Mike Tomlin just finds ways to win. Russ, he's developing. He's really taken over after getting that starting job. And why do they always put the cameras on Justin Fields as soon as Russ doesn't do something good? And he just looks like he's staring off into space.
Nah,
I love Justin. I love Justin Fields.
Yeah. That's but not. I think he knows in his back of the mind he's gonna get a contract somewhere. He played good. He did.
He did. And I'm rooting for Justin Fields. But yeah, this team is good. The defense is good. Yeah, and nothing's changed. Give me them at number 5.
At number 5, though, I got a new number 5. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles at number 5. I couldn't deny it no more. They've been moving up the list steady for these past few weeks. And to be honest, on Thursday night, that was an impressive win. I understand it was a slow first half. But it's Saquon, people. It's Saquon Barkley. He's just been special. Now you're going to have a healthy Dallas Goedert back, healthy Devontae Smith back, healthy A.J. Brown back. If Saquon could just keep doing his thing, Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over, though. This Eagles team are going to be in the thick of things, still. I'm going to say it right now. The Philadelphia Eagles are contenders. Super Bowl contenders. Even though it's a loaded NFC, still, I'm going to put them there. Give me the top 5. Give me the number 5 Philadelphia Eagles.
At number 4, give me the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll go one step further. I think they're the second best team in the NFC right now. I think them.
Detroit.
I'm just obviously Detroit. I'm thinking of what other team outside of Philly can we say from the NFC has a legitimate chance to get to the NFC Championship game?
Green Bay.
I don't trust them. Maybe you do, but okay, we'll give you that. Outside of that, who?
Maybe Washington.
Maybe they can't beat a over 500 team.
Maybe Atlanta. Maybe
no, they can't rush the passer. They just got blown out.
I know, Dill.
Minnesota's fraudulent as well.
I didn't say Minnesota.
No, I'm saying Minnesota. Like all the top teams in the NFC aren't good.
Come playoff time, Dill. All I'm saying, come playoff time, I don't want to see Matthew Stafford. That's one guy I don't want to see.
I don't even think they make the playoffs.
I'm just letting you know who I don't want to see. I don't want to see Kyle Shanahan in that team. Don't want to see them come playoff time, Dill. They win, 2 straight Super Bowls? Don't want to see them either. And to be honest, Dill, say what you want. I think if Tampa could find a way to win the South, I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa wins a game or 2 come playoff time. So it all depends. Atlanta, it all depends with Atlanta. I just feel like Tampa could win a playoff game. I don't know if Atlanta could win a home playoff game. It depends who they match up with. Tampa, any given week, they could be anybody in the NFL. Any given week, I don't know if Atlanta could be anybody in the NFL.
We're 11 weeks into the season. Teams have shown us who they are at this point. All those teams, I don't even think they make the playoffs. So, yeah, even the 49ers, who are a team that I was high on all season, they're just not a good team. They're just different. They're hurt. They're just not a good team this year. So, yeah, I like Philly. I think they're a really good team. Nick Sirianni has been coaching his ass off this season. I got to give him credit for that. The defense really has turned into what Nick Fangio wants to do. It took some weeks, but finally coming along. The stud corners that they drafted have just been lights out for them. So
And
Love what
Jalen Carter also emerging.
Oh
He's
yeah, he's
having
a
a
beast. I
great
mean, they have to
great
double
year
team
too.
this guy
Hmm.
every game. It's insane. The linebackers, Nakobe Dean has been playing well. This defense is good, man. This defense is really good. Jalen Hurts has been taking care of the ball. We already spoke about Saquon. We already know what he could do. So, yeah, kid, I like this team. I got them at number 4.
Yeah, I love it. Give me the Steelers at number 4. You know how I feel about this team. You finally came around. They're in your top 5. I think 2 weeks in a row now. Mike Tomlin's just doing a hell of a job. Only a half game back from the win total of the season. I think he could possibly hit it this Thursday. Deal. The Steelers defense been amazing. T.J. Watt still healthy. That defense to me is a top 5 defense. Offensively, Russ past 2 weeks took a step back. Deal. But they're winning games. He's not really turning the ball over. Najee Harris and Jalen Warren as a combo, pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. And offensively, Dill, like you said, hate him or love him, George Pickens is showing up each week. He's gonna fight the corner. He's gonna go for 100 yards. He's gonna do something to impact the game negatively or positively. But 9 out of 10 times, it's gonna be positively. So, Dill, I love what everything the Steelers are doing and becoming. Give me the Steelers at 4.
At number 3, I had to drop them. Finally lost. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at number 3. Tough loss to the Bills, 30-21. But I hope they get Rashid Rice back. I really do. I mean, because
Nah,
I
he's
don't think
gone, Dill. He's gone. Torn ACL. He's gone.
I also think that Xavier Worthy, he needs to show me a little more. He's just a speed guy. I think he
Not
needs
for
to do
nothing.
a
They
little
did get him
more.
involved a little more in Buffalo than we see, previous
Yeah.
this year.
Travis Kelce has turned it around. They gotta stop getting into these one score games because they've been playing with hot grease for about last
All
what
year.
4 yeah last I would say last 4 or 5 weeks, but yeah, all year they've been in one score games. So and they've just been a good enough team to win those games. They've caught some breaks as well, but against a good team like the Buffalo Bills, you're not going to win those games. So they got to clean some stuff up. I'm not really worried about them. They still could get the number 1 seed. Not really worried too much, but I had to drop them. Give me the Chiefs at number 3.
Yeah, Dale. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at number 3. And I hope we don't have the same top 3. But give me the Chiefs at 3. I'm not going to overreact. It's just been a couple tough weeks. I also felt like there was a lot of teams gone. Like Denver really wanted that one. It's kind of teams that wanted to end that undefeated streak, get that out the noise. But Buffalo, great game plan, and they executed flawlessly, damn near. I think Kansas City will be just fine, Dill. Patrick Mahomes been playing more like, let's just say MVP Patrick Mahomes these past couple of weeks. So I think they'll be just fine. I think the offense started a little slow this season. Definitely missing Isaiah Pacheco a little bit these past few weeks, but I think they'll be just fine. Defensively, still top 10 defense. You got Steve Spagnuolo, you got Andy Reid. They'll be just fine.
At number 2, give me the Buffalo Bills. I had to move them up. It was a good win. They knocked off the number 1 team 30-21, and doing it shorthanded, especially with their wide receivers as well. They go in there, they beat the number 1 team. I didn't think they needed to do it. I thought, hey, just play a good game. You got to beat them in the playoffs when it matters. But they did that. I think another coach, Sean McDermott, he's been coaching his butt off this year. 9-2. Love what I'm seeing. Matt Milano's coming back very soon as well. So this team is just getting better and better as the weeks go on. So love to see it. I think they have a bye this week, so we'll see. But yeah, Buffalo Bills at number 2, and then number 1, I do have the Detroit Lions. I mean, you just beat the fucking Jaguars 52. They were throwing the ball up 40. I love it. 9-1. I've been teasing it for a couple weeks now. I said, yes, granted, the Chiefs at the time were undefeated, but the Lions were playing like the best team in the league. Come back to win after throwing 5 interceptions. And Jared Goff has just been playing lights out, especially at home. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been really good. Jameson Williams, despite being suspended for 2 games, he's had a pretty good season as well. They have the best running back duo in the league. Sky's the limit, kid. I really think this is the best team in the NFL. Give me the Detroit Lions at number 1.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more, Dale. Give me the Bills at number 2. Give me the Lions at number 1. I called it last week. I just had a feeling Bills was going to take care of business against just a squeaky Kansas City Chiefs team these past few weeks. I love everything Josh Allen's been playing. James Cook, had a touchdown this week. He was a little quiet previous weeks, but I love how he's been running the ball all year. And the wide receiver core, Dill, half of them are injured, half of them could play one week, the other half could play this week, and they'll still find ways to win games. Hopefully, the tight end room could get healthy. Dalton Kincaid is hurt. Dawson Knox was just banged up. So if those guys gonna be healthy moving forward after the bye week, they'll sky's the limit for this Buffalo team. And at number one, give me the Detroit Lions. It's been a couple of weeks. I've been thinking about putting them at number one. I just couldn't put them above an undefeated team. But still, this is the number one offense in all of football. Jared Goff hasn't been playing great, but he's been playing pretty damn good. He's been leaning on that run, on that rushing attack, the best running game in all of football. And quietly, still, Detroit's been playing a pretty good defensive ball. So I love everything I've been seeing. Dan Campbell, I think, should be a front runner for coach of the year. But hey, it is what it is. Give me the Lions at one.
I'm looking up updated coaching odds for the NFL because that's very interesting.
I say, him, Mike Tomlin, Doug McDermott.
Let's see right now.
Hey, even Sheiken from Cardinals.
Well, let's see this. Next first NFL coach to be fired next. We all know. I've been saying it for months.
It's not.
Doug Peterson at minus 190. Matt Eberflus at plus 125. Zach Taylor. Say what you want, but
who's your interim head coach right now?
For Zach Taylor, if he got fired?
For the Jets. Who's him? What's his
name?
Oh,
Jeff Olberg.
I bet him. He's gone. He's gone, Dill. He's been worse than Salah. He's won in what, 4?
I think the team quit. I don't think it's necessarily.
And it happened on him swatch.
Well, they just fired.
He quit on Salah.
I don't know. I don't think he's fired. He's not even. They're not going to fire 2 coaches in the middle of the year.
I would.
No, I don't.
What's going on?
The team is bad.
You couldn't stop Anthony Richardson in a 2-minute drill.
But the defense has taken a hit because Salah left, not because of.
And whose fault was that?
The team.
Douglas. That's why he lost his job today.
It's not all his. Like I mean, the GM is in charge of drafting, and what did the GM do? Drafted Ahmad. He lost the sauce part. Ahmad Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. He has drafted good guys.
Besides Zach Wilson, I think he's done a great job. Besides Zach.
Yeah, I mean, and you could. I think you could poke needles at every GM. They're gonna have one slip up here and there. So I mean, he got fooled by the combine. Guy fucking threw a 70-something yard bomb. That shit was
on the run.
It was. I'm not gonna lie, it shit was pretty.
Yeah.
But
he got the talent. He just didn't transfer to the NFL level. That's all.
I mean, he does have a better winning percentage than Aaron Rodgers. I'll say that.
I didn't want to say it.
I said it. But yeah, good power rankings. We're more aligned than I thought. Outside of the Vikings, I would say that I had them a little higher. I think we're pretty much aligned.
Yeah, we both had the Packers at 7, I think.
I had them at 8.
The only difference, I had Ravens at 6, and I think you had Ravens at 8 or 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, and I think you had Vikings at 8, and I had them at 6. So yeah, outside of that, pretty much aligned, kid. I like it. I think last week we weren't much aligned, but
yeah, I think for this week it was honestly the easiest top 10. You just had to put it together.
Yeah,
number 11 right now, I can't even tell you number 11.
Really?
I
put the Cardinals at 11.
Right. I'm gonna put the Cardinals just because. But if the Cardinals didn't have a bye week, they would have still been in my top 10 if they won.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. All right, kid. Before we get to Thursday Night Football, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted number 1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or a new flavor, coconut, watching Thursday night football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Thursday night football in Cleveland, Ohio, opened up opposite. Cleveland was laying 3. Now Pittsburgh is laying 3.5 on the road. Total opened up at 43.5. Bet down to 36.5 where it stands right now. Kid, Pittsburgh, what have they won? 5 in a row, 6 in a row right now, 8-2. Meanwhile, the Browns, they've lost 4 of their last 5, 2-8, looking like a top 5 pick. What are we feeling here? Can they keep this one close?
Call me crazy. Call me crazy, people. I think they do. I'm not. I might go there to the window deal. I'm leaving heavy the plus 3.5. I have a trap game. I have a feeling it's a trap game, Dill. Steelers coming off 2 straight 1-point victories. 1 point against the Commanders, or what? 2 points against the Ravens. Lucky wins. Lucky wins. The Browns are the Browns, still. It wouldn't shock me. In Thursday night short week, divisional matchup. The coaches know each other. They're really familiar with each other. Would you be shocked if Jameis Winston outplays Russ? I wouldn't. I'm gonna lean the plus 3.5. I might take it official. I think the Browns are live in this scenario. I think this is the perfect trap game. Everybody's gonna be on the Steelers. Steelers been pulling out sketchy wins, like I said about the Chiefs, by the skin of their teeth. I think the Browns are live in this scenario, Dill. I'll lean the plus 3.5, and I might take it official.
Yeah, it might look like a trap game. Everyone probably is on.
Everybody is. Everybody is. And don't get me wrong. And I agree with them. But in my time of betting, people, when I bet money on a game like this, I lose. I lose. I'm just letting you know from history, and we'll talk about it comes Thursday, Friday, Dill. But I like the Browns Thursday night.
These are the games the Browns win, though. Ugly game where no one expects them to win at home. Divisional game, but not me. Give me the Steelers. I'm going to lay the 3.5 here. Yes, could be a letdown spot, but the Steelers are 8-2 straight up and against the number this season as well. The defense is legit, 3rd ranked in PFL. They've allowed the 2nd fewest points per game and 6th lowest EPA per play. Offensively, they've been great with Russ. 4-0. They're putting up 27 points per game with Russ. And it's just a completely different story with Cleveland. They're 2-8, 3-7 against the number. Jameis Winston, I like him. I think he's a very vibes guy, but 395 and still would have lost. They lost to the Browns 35-14.
Look at Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I like Kevin Stefanski, but career record 33-41 against the number as well. Their defense hasn't looked good either. They're allowing 28 points per game. They can't stop the pass. I just don't like this spot. I know they're home. Maybe it'll be a close game, but I'm gonna I'll lay the 3.5 with the Steelers. Let's go to the total. Like I said, it's come down. I see 35s out there. I see 36. Shop around. Do you agree with the live movement? Any opinion on the total?
Yeah, I agree with the line move, but not that much, still. Maybe, 39.5. But to go from 42 all the way down 6 points, still, that's too many points. Give me the over. I'm going to go the over, Dilk. I'm going to take it official as well. Give me the over 36.5. Like I said, I think the Browns are live. Like I said. And you just spilled some information, Dilk. Browns are letting 28 points, 27 points a game since Russ been the starting quarterback, averaging 27 points a game. Right there alone, those stats tell you Steelers should score 27, and I'm going to give the Browns at least, 10? That gives you 37 points, people. Yeah. Give me the over 36.5, and I don't even think the Steelers score that much, but I do think the Browns score a little more than that. So give me over 36.5. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. Just for one Thursday night, Jameis outplays Russell Wilson. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, I would go over as well. I think it's just gone down way too much. I understand, 18-16 last week, but that's Steelers and the Ravens. They always play very close games. And I just don't think Cleveland can do anything. I do anticipate both teams going over the number as well. So, yeah, I would lean over it just because the number has gone down way too much. So, Steelers, they have 19 takeaways, fifth most in the NFL. So they could turn the ball over as well and score points that way as well. Let's go to player props, though. Interested to see where you're going. We got Cedric Tillman for the Browns as well. They still got Jerry Jeudy on that team. I don't know if they're going to reach out to him, but Najee Harris on the other side. Well, what are we feeling here for props?
I have a few fields. I got one official and another field, Dill. Give me Jerry Jeudy over 44.5 receiving yards in this game. To be honest, this number is too low. He is coming off 3 straight games with 70 plus yards since Jameis Winston became the starting quarterback. It's clearly they have some little special of a connection. He's been looking at him multiple times there now, and to be honest, just judging off these last 3 weeks since Jameis been the starting quarterback, this number is too low. He's coming off a 100 plus yard game. I don't expect that, people. I repeat, I do not expect 100 plus yards. But to get 50 plus, people, come on, 44.5 is just too short. Respect the Steelers defense, but this number is too short. And then I'm gonna lean his over, Dill. I'm gonna lean Jameis over 211.5 passing yards. Since he became the starting quarterback, he went over this mark every single week, coming off a fresh 300-yard passing game. Don't expect him to go over 300, people, but to go for 220 plus, wouldn't be surprised at all. The Cleveland got nothing to lose. Why not air it out on the division leading Pittsburgh Steelers?
I love it, kid. One that I was looking at didn't get to the window. It's going to be a bad weather. It's going to be very windy. It's going to be around the 30s in Cleveland tomorrow night as well. So I was looking at Najee Harris over 16.5 rush attempts. I mean, he's gone over this number in 4 straight games. He had 18 against Baltimore, 21 against Washington, 19 against the Giants, and 21 against the Jets. I think he gets it. I know they have a dual running back system, but over 16.5, it's a little chalky at minus 140, minus 135, shop around, but I think it's worth the squeeze here in a guy where he's gone over in 14 in 4 straight games. In a weather game, I think this is a good look. So Najee Harris over 16.5 rush attempts for me. Anything else you like here for Thursday night, kid?
Nah, Joe, that's about it. Maybe Najee Harris anytime touchdown at plus 105, just because it's at plus money. I like that as well. I do think he finds the end zone, and I'm on the over, people, so we need it. You're muted, kid, but it's all good.
All right, thank you. Let's get to the association. Like I said, 8 games here on Wednesday. Golden State 10-3. We got a good matchup between the Knicks and OKC. As soon as KD went down, man, not looking like the same team for the Phoenix Suns. Cleveland, they're looking to remain undefeated as well. But what do you got here for the association?
Yo, let's start it off. 7:30 start. New Orleans Pelicans facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Over under sitting at 221.5. Cleveland laying 13.5 points. Mind you, both teams will be playing a back-to-back. They are playing tonight as well, Tuesday night. I'm gonna lay the 13.5. The Pelicans just been riddled with injury. I feel bad for the coach Green. He's a good coach still. It's just it's too many injuries right now for the Pelicans. I just don't see it. Tough matchup tonight against the Celtics, but I think they'll blow out the Pelicans small. I'm gonna lay the 13.5 with the Pelicans. 8 a.m. start. Indiana Pacers taking on Houston Rockets. Rockets 10-5 quietly, Dill. Over under sitting at 230.5. Rockets laying 5.5, laying 6.5, whatever you could get. Give me the plus 5.5, plus 6.5 with the Pacers. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if Houston wins this game. I just expect the Pacers to keep it close. If not, sneak out a victory on the road. So give me the plus 6.5, plus 5.5, whatever you could get. Next game, 10 o'clock start. Atlanta Hawks taking on the Golden State Warriors. Over under sitting at 238.5, 237.5. Chop around. Still, I'm gonna lay it with the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna admit I was completely wrong about this team. I think I said this about a week ago. Steph been playing like an MVP, and the supporting cast. I know Andrew Wiggins and the Draymond Green, the vet guys. they've been doing their thing. But the Kamingas of the world and Moody's of the world, those guys are stepping up. Good. This team has been impressive. I can't deny it. Give me the Warriors -8.5 at home. Next game, Orlando Magic taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. Magic, what 5 straight games since Paulo went out there? I think it comes to an end. Give me the dog, the Los Angeles Clippers +106 on the money line. Congrats to James Harden, by the way, passing Ray Allen for becoming the second all-time in 3 points.
Shout out.
So everybody was blowing up and went crazy when Steph do it. I'm at least give some love to James Harden when he does it. So congratulations to you, James Harden. You're one of the greatest shooters ever, and especially in our lifetime. And then my last 2 plays there, I'm gonna end it off with a teaser. Milwaukee Bucks been a disappointment there. I know you probably won't love it, but I'm gonna tease them down against Chicago. They're late 8.5. I'm gonna tease them down to 2.5. I know it's November, but these are must-win games for the Bucks. Must-win game for the 76ers. They're too good to be this bad this early. Give me the Bucks to -2.5, and then I'm gonna play it safe. Cleveland as well. I told you I'm gonna lay the 13.5. I'm gonna tease him just in case the legs are a little tired. I think we'll be just fine, Dill. But I'm trying to give the people winners. Give me Cleveland to -7.5, and give me the Bucks to -2.5 on a 2-way 6-point teaser.
I love it, kid. Good luck. Let's start week 12 here strong, right before Thanksgiving. Before we go on break.
Let's go, Jameis.
Yep. Before we go on break for a little bit, but kid, any last words before we get up out of here?
Nah, let's go, Jameis Winston. Let's go to the city of Cleveland. Hopefully the weather ain't too bad, so it goes over. And hopefully my Nets, keep balling pretty good. We were laying, I think 3 points against Charlotte. Didn't want to lay it, but I think we win the game, though.
Let's go, Knicks. Good luck. God bless. And we'll see you guys on Friday.